Hello everyone, this is Tak here, and what do you think of the new setup? I went with a starry night, galaxy-inspired vibe, basically an all-around cosmic theme. I chose this look after updating my profile picture and wanted my channel and setup to match. Hopefully you guys weren't too attached to the old setup. Honestly, it was just a quick, temporary thing I threw together to get a video out. It had no real theme, just a bunch of random stuff thrown together. So I figured it was time to make a proper setup. Something cohesive that actually looks good on my channel and videos. Anyway, strawberry shortcake was a big part of my childhood, and I'm sure many of you grew up with it too. The version I remember best is the 2003 to 2007 Strawberry Shortcake and the 2009 iteration of Strawberry Shortcake called Strawberry Shortcake Berry Bitty Adventures. Speaking of childhood memories, I have something strawberry shortcake related to share. I used to have an angel cake toy when I was little. The model and texture were just like the one in this picture. I really loved these types of toys as a kid. For some reason, I have this super vivid memory of mistreating that toy. I put it in the mud and just left it there. I have no idea why I did that. But to be fair, Angel Cake was kind of an asshole, so maybe she had it coming. Anyway, in today's video, I'll be showcasing you guys my reimagined designs of the Strawberry Shortcake characters. So let's get started. First up is the one and only.
Oh, look, a strawberry. Oh, look, a strawberry.
So for option A of my reimagined strawberry shortcake design, the design is heavily inspired by the 2003 to 2007 iteration of the character. I incorporated elements from that era, especially the hat, but reimagined it as a bucket hat. For her hairstyle, I gave her short hair with a mix of curly and straight textures. That hairstyle stays consistent across all three designs because in my version of Strawberry Shortcake, she sticks to just one hairstyle. Also, I didn't want to draw two different hairstyles. Let's be real, it's just too much work. For the clothing, I gave her a baggy striped t-shirt. I paired it with baggy 3/4 hats. Now, about the pants. Those little strings or draw cords at the waistband, I don't know the proper term for them honestly. I designed tiny strawberries at the ends of them, one's hidden under the shirt, so you can only see the other. For the shoes, I gave her Crocs, and I used the shoe colors from the 1980s version of Strawberry Shortcake, but adjusted them to match my coloring style. Looking back, I'm not happy with how I drew the Crocs. I think I overdid the details. Anyway, that's the breakdown of Strawberry Shortcake Reimagined option A. Now, let's move on to the next reimagined design. So, for option B of my reimagined Strawberry Shortcake design, this look takes cues from the 2009 iteration of the character. I incorporated the hat design and color scheme from that era, but reimagined it as a cap instead of a beret. For her clothing, I gave her a baggy red raglan t-shirt and incorporated the feel of the graphic tees from that era. She's wearing a loose green and white striped long sleeves underneath. For the pants, I gave her long baggy jeans that are rolled up at the bottom so you can see her sneakers. I designed her sneakers to resemble a strawberry. The main part of the sneaker represents the fruit, complete with the red color and little seed details, while the green laces represent the strawberry's leaves. I really like how these turned out. My first try was kinda half-baked. I just colored the laces green and called it a day. It was a shoddy job, let's be real. I'm honestly glad I refined the design this time around because what even was that first one? Anyway, that's the breakdown of Strawberry Shortcake Reimagined option B. Let's move on to the next reimagined design. So, for option C, the third and final design of my reimagined Strawberry Shortcake, unlike the other two, I didn't base this design heavily on a particular era. This one was mostly my own. So that's a breakdown of Strawberry Shortcake Reimagined, option C. So why did I draw 3 designs each for Strawberry and her friends instead of just one? At first, I only drew one design per character, but I changed my mind along the way. When I was reimagining Orange Blossom's design, I hit a creative block, likely because I limited myself to just one vision and settled on the very first idea that came to mind. In hindsight, I should have sketched at least 2 variations to compare and decide between. That would have saved me a lot of time and effort. So, for the rest of the Strawberry Shortcake characters, I committed to creating 3 designs for each character. But when it came time to pick just one final design, I couldn't decide. I honestly loved all 3. In the end, I decided to go ahead and draw all of them. That's why I ended up with 3 designs each for Strawberry and her friends instead of just one. So, those are my reimagined designs of Strawberry Shortcake. Tell me, which of these 3 options are your favorite? Me? I don't have any favorites. I love all 3 of the designs. Alright, let's move to Orange Blossom.
Guys, this orange is Gineminosaurus.
For options A's reimagined design, I drew heavily from Orange Blossom's 2003-2007 era. The outfit is largely inspired by that era, though the hat takes cues from her 1980s design. Reimagined here is a marina's cap. Her hair is styled in braids, accented with beads. I created 3 different hairstyle options for this reimagined Orange Blossom. Although I mentioned in Strawberry's segment that I wouldn't explore multiple hairstyles due to time constraints, I made an exception for Orange. In my vision, she's the type to experiment with her hair frequently, and I personally love drawing black hairstyles. So, for her clothing, she wears an orange vertical stripes long bell sleeve top. I paired the top with a light yellow beige waistcoat, accented by a small flower enamel pin, I think that's how you pronounce it, enamel pin on the top right. This completes the look for the top half of the outfit. For the bottom, I gave her blue bell-bottom jeans featuring an orange fruit pattern. For shoes, I chose Mary Jane flats with flower-shaped buckles. That wraps up my breakdown of Orange Blossom's Option A's reimagined design. Next, we'll explore the following reimagined look.
Whatever you say, Giganosaurus.
So for options B's reimagined design of Orange Blossom, the reimagined look takes inspiration from her 2009 design. For her hat, I gave her a beret shaped to resemble an orange. For Orange Blossom's hairstyle, I went with a balance between structure in the front and freedom in the back. The front is slicked back with 2 little baby curls drooping down from her ears. Meanwhile, the back contrasts that sleekness with a mass of free-flowing, voluminous afro curls. Moving on to her clothing, I gave her a flower choker. For her top, I gave her an off-the-shoulder style, designed to resemble orange slices. For the bottom half, I gave her a laced mermaid skirt. I colored it with a gradient using the color palette from Orange Blossom's 2009 era. For her shoes, I gave her open-toe T-strap heels. Well, sort of T-strap, since the version I drew has a chunkier strap than the usual ones. Her shoes are decked out with flower ankle buckles. At first, I considered giving her flower bracelets to match the choker and the shoes, but I decided against it for this design, though I did keep that idea for option C. So that's my breakdown of Orange Blossom's Option B's reimagined design, and my second shot at bringing it to life. Here's the side-by-side comparison. This second take feels way more cohesive and unified than the first version I did. Honestly, I'm so glad I went back and refined it, because I really love how it turned out. Alright, with that wrapped up, let's move on to the next and last reimagined design.
Gigantosaurus.
So for option C, I really pulled inspiration for this reimagined design from Orange Blossom's 80s era. I skipped the hat because I wanted her hair to stand out more, and I felt a hat would just cover it up. Instead, I went with a flower hair clip. For her hair, I chose this half braided, half loose style. Then, to tie it all together, I gave her orange earrings. For her clothing, I gave her a patchwork dress with a built-in yellow scarf. I also incorporated several key elements from my 80s era design into the patchwork. I paired the dress with orange go-go boots and flower bracelets to match her flower hair clip. And that completes my breakdown of Orange Blossom's Option C Reimagined design. So, those are my 3 reimagined designs of Orange Blossom. Tell me, which option is your favorite? Personally, mine are Option A and Option C. And with that, we have reached the end of my reimagined designs for Strawberry Shortcake and Orange Blossom. This video was originally supposed to have 5 characters featured in it, but I ended up settling on just 2. At first, my plan was to draw 5 characters, each with 3 designs, but after I calculated it out, that meant 15 designs in total, and I realized there was no way I could commit to all that. So I cut it back to 3 characters and 9 designs. Then finally, I decided on 2 characters with 6 designs because I just wanted to finally release the video. It's been months since I last uploaded on here, and to be honest, I've been putting this video off for far too long. So I buckled down and finished the drawings and told myself that 2 characters and 6 designs felt like enough. Now I just want to move forward with actually producing the video. It's time to put it out there on my channel instead of letting it sit unfinished and gather dust as more time slips away. Honestly, I was so close to giving up on this video. My indecisiveness while planning, especially about how many characters to draw, mixed with all my procrastination, was definitely not helping. It really made me want to quit. But thankfully I didn't. I pushed through. But honestly, I ended up having a lot of fun with this project. I love how the reimagined designs of Strawberry Shortcake and Orange Blossom turned out. And yep, I'm planning a part 2 for this video somewhere down the line, but it won't be the very next one. The video number 3 on this brand new art channel of mine will actually be... Eh? I thought I heard something. Wait, what was I singing? Lost my train of thought there. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you all in the next video. More there!